Hey everybody, welcome back. Stephen and John from Davenrich European Martial Arts School. We had a request to do some more videos on the poleaxe. Have a real good time working with the poleaxe, so I'm excited to hit John to show you some more things with the poleaxe. Yeah, what he said.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, don't go, I need you here. What do you say we go get started?
Let's get started.
What we're going to be working on today is the use of the cue. In La Joute de la Hache, a French manuscript from the early 15th century, written by an Italian master, he calls the back end of the axe the cue. So we're going to be working with the cue predominantly today. We will be using the axe and the dague, the axe and the dagger, but our primary use today is the dague. We are going to start in a cue forward. My left hand is palm down, my right hand is palm up, as if I'm getting ready to swing my axe this way. This is my setup, this is not the action I'm doing. My opponent is going to be in an axe head forward stance here. So now he's ready to use his dague. So you're going to be successful and hit me with your dague.
Okay.
So with a step and a thrust right into my armpit or my throat, because this is an armored weapon, which means as long as it's not coming down hard on my arm, I can use the armor on my arm as part of my defense. So from here, he's going to thrust in. I'm going to do a tutta volta, stepping to the side, hooking it in this triangle between the cue and my forearm. He's going to pull back because he wants to pull that so he can pull me off balance and then damage me. But I know what he's going to do. I'm on to his ways. So we start here. He thrusts, I cover, he steps down, and I cut back, and I hit him with my axe head. So if we do that again, and I'm stepping in, and I'm using this to pull him into me. Let's switch sides and do that again, please. Mm-hmm. Remember, this is an armored technique, not an unarmored technique. If he was swinging down at me, which we'll do next, I would not block it in this way because I do not want to take it on my vambrace. So he thrusts, I tutta volta, hold it, because I'm just setting it to the side. Now you'll notice my arm is in tight. I just moved it to lateral. I didn't go out wide, I kept my arm tight. That way when he pulls back, I just push my hand down, step forward, and that pulls me into my blow on his neck. If I hit him on the shoulder, the neck, or the side of the head, I'm probably not going to cut through his armor. That's what armor's for. I go for his joints so that I can damage the tissue below, break his clavicle, or I want to hit the lames of his shoulder to deform them so I slow down all his next actions. If his armor is bent out of place, it will slow down how he responds to me. So that's why I'm attacking with the cuts. I want to crush things. So let's do it one more time, shall we?
Yes, sir.
So we're in here, he thrusts, I tutta volta, let's do it again. Just go ahead and pull right back, because as soon as you realize, I'm moving with him. I'm not allowing him to pull me off balance. If I'm late in my recovery and my step, he does that and just throws me off balance. If I try to fight him, he actually is going to rake the back of my hand and take my gauntlet off, as well as throw me off balance. And that one would look more like this. Let's switch sides again, please.
Yes, sir.
So we're in here, he thrusts, I cover. He pulls back and I try to do this. Well, I can tell you that was uncomfortable on the back of my hand. Plus, he can now attack my knee or do lots of things to me. So I don't want to fight him. The secret of combat with the axe, the sword, the dagger, or unarmed is to be a nice guy. He wants to throw his neck under my axe, so I'm going to help him. He wants to throw his face on my point. I'm going to help him. He wants to fall lifeless at my feet, and because I'm a nice human being, I'm going to help him.
Heck, I didn't even know I wanted to do that.
So, this attack comes in, I cover, he pulls back, and I just go down. In previous videos on the poleaxe and the staff, we discussed that if I want to strike with my axe, I don't use my leading hand with my axe, I actually use the cue. By pulling the cue back, that moves my axe head forward. This is more akin to kayaking, not to chopping wood with an axe. Don't swing it like an axe. Swing it like you're kayaking, and that will help you manipulate your weapon and his weapon, as well as his balance. So now let's say that instead of thrusting at me with his Dague, he's going to crush my shoulder. So he's going to start point up and cut down onto my shoulder. So I'm not going to move. That's the blow coming in. That could be to my shoulder or my head. I like the shoulder specifically because the skull is a lot thicker than the clavicle, and all I need to do is make that arm slower, and they don't want to fight anymore. Would you agree with that?
I would definitely agree with that.
So from the same stance, as it comes in, I'm not going to catch it because that's just going to break my arm and then still hit me in the shoulder. So lots of bad things are going to happen. What I'm going to do from here is as he comes in, I'm going to step into it and strike. But I'm only striking to his shoulder. Can we do that again, please? Mm-hmm. My foot moves offline, so I'm pointed right past his shoulder. Go ahead. Into that position. If we can switch sides and do it again.
Strike good.
Yep, that was good. Go ahead and check measure.
Checking measure. There we go.
Do it again, check measure.
Check and measure.
Nice.
Much better.
All right. Go ahead. And that locks it on my hip. Now I know he's got things he can do. I'm not going to go for his throat. If he just stands there, I can hit him in the throat. But I know his arm's going to come up because he wants to cover his body. Would you agree?
I would agree.
So he's going to do that. If he lifts this hand, I'm going to stick him in the elbow by lifting up my cue. And it just puts it right into the elbow, goes through the elbow, and stops on the inside of his elbow cup. He's done using that arm. So can we do that again?
Yes, sir. Full sequence.
Yep. And it's just right there. Even if I miss, I can push him off balance and then pull back and then stab him in the groin. And then remember, after you stab him in the groin, re-stomp that groin. So let's start again. Oh, there's that. Pull back, go in. If I miss, hook the knee. There's lots of things you can take. Do you agree?
I would definitely agree.
But this time, he's not going to lift up his cue hand to defend himself. He's going to lift up his hammer head to protect himself. Let's play that out.
Okay.
So the attack comes in, I step across. Now, one thing I want you to notice, I am not sliding my hands together to hit. I'm not going for the strike on his head, because if I do that, I'm probably going to get hit as well. I'm keeping my hand in place, stepping across, and using my cue to snap the head in place. So if we do that again. Then when he does that, because I know he's lining up, that was a nice tuta volta.
Thank you.
For a thrust to my face. I know where he's going with that. So my job is to help him. Again, I want to help him. He's going to be moving his left foot back which gives me his left shoulder. Let's play that out. So he comes through, he attacks, I set that aside, and I'm just going to push in so I can just rake across, and that locks his weapon in place. And you'll notice my axe head is right behind his neck. You can do it one more time, then we'll switch sides. And I just push in and then pull back. And let's switch sides, please. And then I want you to do that to me.
Rake forward?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Ready.
There it is.
And it just falls right into place.
Yeah.
So you ready to try it?
Yeah. All right, I'm starting.
There you go.
Low
You're gonna accrescimento into my strike.
So I'm gonna go here.
Now, stop there.
Okay.
See how far out his weapon went? We only want to go to just outside their shoulder.
Now, let's actually do that as a quick repeat because I want everybody to see why I went this far out.
Why do you think you went that far out?
I led it with my lead arm.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and do a quick repeat on that. And notice here that my step put me in a nice position. But if I lead this, go ahead, with that lead arm, I am so far out from your body here.
Yeah, there's lots of things I can do from this position.
Yeah.
But if he uses his cue.
But if I go, here.
Then when I push this back,
I'm simply just going to step in, and that just drives that right through that space.
Yep, and then pull down. And you pull down with your cue hand.
Yep, because once again, we lead with that cue hand. I'm going to angle, and that pulls you off balance. Okay.
All right, let's do it again.
All right.
Ready?
Ready.
Now, you're moving faster. You can actually wait. Let's go really slow. Watch my speed. This is, nope, don't do anything. This is as fast as I'm going to move.
Okay.
You're going to drop it here. When I say now is when you go. Now.
Due to the utilization of my cue.
Yes, if you use your cue and you move too soon, let's do that speed out of distance. Ready?
Ready.
Now, go as fast as you can as soon as I move. Which means you got hit in the head.
Yep. I'm early.
The thing about using the cue of your weapon is it allows you to be a little patient and wait. One of the hardest things about fighting, fencing, is learning patience. We have to wait for the attack to develop so we have the correct answer in response. If I throw out my answer before the question is completely asked, how am I gonna know if I have the correct answer? My favorite example of this is, what's 2 plus 2?
4.
Why do you know that?
Because I've been told that over and over again.
Done it thousands of times, and we have empirical evidence. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's easy. What if he's in a rush to answer the question, and I go, what's 2 plus?
6.
We don't know what the rest of the question was, right?
Yeah.
So even if he gives me 4 again, my question might have been 2 plus 4, 4, 6. He might have got lucky. But when somebody's swinging an axe at your face, don't rely on luck. So let's do it one more time. I'm going to go through both options.
Yes, sir.
You're going to stab me. I'm going to tuta volta, check measure.
Check and measure.
There we go, because I want that bend in that. Tuta volta, he pulls back. If I don't do anything, he pulls me right onto his Dague. But I know that's going to happen if I wait. So I tuta volta, and then as he pulls, I just drop my cue, and that puts my hammer or my axe right into play on his clavicle. And if he cuts at me, I'm going to accrescimento, and then when he covers, jam, and then hook the neck. And if he uses his cue hand to defend himself, I'm going to stab him in the elbow. And again, it's short enough tempo that I don't need to wait. And because I put my point just offline with my initial accrescimento, I am already lined up for my next action. Can we do it so that your back is to the camera? Because I want them, let's go back just a tiny bit. There we go.
Right about there?
Yeah.
Which one?
The cut.
Cut. Q or head?
Huh?
Q or head defense?
You choose.
Okay.
I don't care. You can see where I'm at. It doesn't take long for me to just walk right into that. And if he goes the other way, it's really bad things happen to this. Now, if he's strong and he steps around, I'm going to let him go because I'm a nice person and stick it right through the back of his neck. We're going to stop there.
Thanks.
Do you have anything you'd like to add, John?
So it was actually a really nice, the pole arm here, the poleaxe is one tool that I don't work with a lot. I don't spend a lot of time with it because I don't have harness to be able to fight in armor because nothing here fits me. But the really, really fun thing that was really apparent today is if you utilize your Q, you utilize your kayaking technique in that, you're actually taking something that you believe is a longer tempo weapon and shortening it to the same tempo as a single-handed tool.
Yeah, pretty much, because you're only moving one weapon at a time.
You are, and that goes back to that wonderful piece of distance is time, which is if I'm further extended from my body, I've created a larger circle to travel on. And if I lead with my dominant hand in that position, my top hand in this position, I'm going to take more time to travel through that.
Right.
But if you utilize your Q, you're keeping the tool closer to your frame, your circle is now smaller, therefore it is less time.
Also, one other thing, if I utilize my Q, this is more of a fulcrum than a strength developing tool.
Yep.
And I can use the fulcrum to create mechanical advantage in the blow.
And the mechanical leverage becomes the greater power within that.
And then once I add my body in my step, but never too big, it has to be small enough that it keeps me in line. Once I add my body to the mechanical advantage of the kayaking action with my Q or my head, it allows me to really put my whole physical structure into the blow, which means I'm not relying as much on my strength. No matter how big you are, how tough you are, how strong you are, you will get tired, you will get sore, and you will get slow. So it's all about learning to use as much of your body as possible so that you don't wear out as quickly. And with that, John, thank you for helping me with this.
Always my pleasure.
Always a pleasure to swing at you. To work with you. Guys, thank you for everything. If you liked what you saw, please share the video around. You can hit the notification icon, the subscription icon, whatever works for you. But please share these around with anybody that you think might be interested. Until the next one, take care, everyone. See you at the next one.
Stay safe.
Cool. All right. Wish I knew what we were doing.
I wish you knew what you were doing.
All right.